Happy New Year. It's 2025, and I want to share my crypto predictions for this year. What can we expect? And I'm expecting very bullish things, so I'll give you a full rundown. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, Happy New Year. It is January 1st. We are officially in 2025, and I am so excited and I'm so bullish. I know the price right now doesn't reflect that, but folks, what have we seen historically? After every halving year, Bitcoin halving year, right? Whether we're talking about 2012, 2016, and 2020, and now 2024, the year following, we've seen explosive growth for the crypto market. Now, it doesn't mean history has to repeat, but history often rhymes. And we've already gotten a taste of what's to come. We saw an incredible run up in 2023 as well as 2024. So we are entering that final phase of the bull market, in my opinion. And I believe we're going to see higher highs and a blow off top. So with that said, I want to share my different crypto predictions and what I'm thinking is going to take place this year. And I put together a PowerPoint here. I think it's the easiest way to convey my thoughts. So I'll try to move around my video here so some of you who are watching on the video can see clearly. So folks, things to keep in mind before I get into this. This is not financial or investment advice. There are no guarantees or certainties when it comes to investing. We're talking probabilities here. And black swan events can change things. They can disrupt the timeline and much more. But usually when black swan events happen, we have bigger problems to worry about because black swan events can affect us from the day-to-day versus just investing. In addition, you should make sure you have your cash out plan and think about taxes for 2026, because if you cash out this year, you make some incredible returns, maybe life-changing money, you have to plan ahead for the tax man, right? That is something to keep in mind because you do not want to be left not having money to pay your taxes. Then you have bigger problems. So you want to make sure you have a plan. We'll talk a bit about that later on. And remember, things are going to get very crazy, guys. They're going to get euphoric. The excitement, the greed will be at an all-time high. But this is where you're going to have to go against the herd because the herd is going to come in. We've already gotten a taste of that in 2024. We're going to see it times 10 or higher. And people are going to say you're an idiot for selling and taking profits, and this is never going to stop. It's going to keep going up. I've been here for multiple bull market cycles, and I've seen it. I've seen people tell me that, and yet no one, usually the people who are telling you that are not showing you their portfolio. They're not showing if they're taking profits or not taking profits. So be careful with people who just say stuff on social media. Unless they're showing proof and they're showing chart analysis, you got to stick to your plan, guys. So let's start off with macro factors because I think this is the foundational element. I'm expecting global liquidity to continue to rise. There has been a bit of a cool off with global liquidity, and even though it's been on the rise since 2023 and continuing into 2024, there's been a bit of a cool off globally now. But I expect this to continue to go higher. The M2 money supply in the United States continues to go up. I've shared this chart from the Federal Reserve with you guys. And I believe as Trump comes into office, he's going to try to boost the economy as much as possible. I believe the Fed will continue to cut rates into 2025, and we're going to see the return of money printing, quantitative easing again. And the exact timing, I can't tell you guys because it's hard. I don't know all the details here, but I believe it will happen in 2025. Look, Donald Trump is a pro-crypto president. Obviously, that's very bullish. But at the end of the day, he's a politician. At the end of the day, the fiat money system requires the continual printing of money. That's why they have to raise the debt ceiling, then they print more money to service that debt. That is the game. And Donald Trump or no one else can't change that unless there's some massive macro geopolitical shift. But until things change, that is the status quo. So I expect these things to continue to go up, and they will, of course, be beneficial to assets. As we know, assets are correlated to global liquidity. And when you look at the chart side by side, asset prices go up as global liquidity goes up. So this is the foundational element. element of what I believe will help drive the markets. Because remember, we are in a macro bull market for crypto, stocks, precious metals. We saw gold rally, real estate as well. And all of these things have been on the rise, guys. Just go look at all the charts. And we've seen that the crypto market moves a lot with the stock market because I think the stock market gets the majority of the liquidity from these macro factors like quantitative easing and the global liquidity and much more. Now, I believe that as we have a pro crypto president, Donald Trump, and a pro crypto Congress coming into office starting this month, we're going to see a bullish sentiment. So people are going to get even more bullish about crypto because you have the change in the regime. In addition, Gary Gensler is going to be out this month, and you have pro crypto chair Paul Atkins coming in. And I predict, guys, that we are going to see some of the lawsuits that the SEC has filed against different companies that are non-fraud get dropped. And that will be a big signal for bullish sentiment in the market. In addition, I think the regulation by enforcement ends. And I believe Congress this year, I don't believe it's going to happen in this quarter, but could be towards the end of the second quarter, we will see crypto legislation pass through the Senate. We already saw a version make its way out of the House, Fit 21. It now has to go through the Senate in addition to stablecoin legislation. And I believe Donald Trump is ready to sign it. So all the puzzle pieces here are in alignment. The stars are aligning here for crypto legislation to be passed, and that's going to be very bullish for the market. I believe it's going to allow more capital to come into the market because there are a lot of people sitting on the sidelines who want to participate, but they can't. That's why they invest in MicroStrategy and in these different avenues where they're able to do so. And in addition, you're going to see the repeal of SOP 121, where banks will be able to custody crypto directly. So all of these things bode well for the crypto market and will result in higher prices. Now, we will also continue to see adoption news. So we saw a lot of that in 2024, whether it be ETFs, more companies adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet, not only in the United States, but globally. I think we're going to continue to see more companies add Bitcoin to their balance sheet and possibly more altcoins as well. Remember, we saw news of certain companies adding Ethereum. We had reports that one company was looking to add both Bitcoin and XRP. So as you have more clarity, especially when Congress passes legislation, you're going to see the addition of more of these assets into Treasury reserves. So we could also see another country add Bitcoin as a legal tender, possibly multiple countries. And I think there's going to be more adoption of top altcoins like the XRP Ledger, Ethereum, Solana, and Chainlink. As mentioned, we saw a lot of adoption in 2024. I think this just continues just because there's a more favorable environment. People are not scared. And the awareness of the use cases and the utility of many of these blockchains is starting to grow. So things are headed in the right direction. All of these things will be conducive to higher prices. Usually they will be in line with the prices, right? You have the narrative there, right, for retail to say, oh my gosh, wow, look at this, right? But you know, the core thing you want to be looking at is the charts, as I've often shared with you guys. So you know, with regards to price points and numbers here, you know, I'm expecting Bitcoin to continue to rally, of course, hitting an all-time high between 150K to 200K. Now, if we look at the Bitcoin chart here, you know, we could possibly see a move to, I believe it's the 3.618 or higher, which will put us around 200K. But I'm going to play it conservatively and say, look, we could probably go to 150 to 170K. If it goes higher, that would be amazing. I think the catalyst that could help Bitcoin get to that 200K will be the United States simply just saying, we're not going to sell the 200,000 plus Bitcoin we have. We're going to keep it as the Treasury reserve. I don't know if the bill gets passed that they will be able to buy Bitcoin. I don't know if that's going to happen this cycle. It could happen later on. Maybe it does, right? Maybe that is the news. But if they simply say, Donald Trump comes out and says, hey, look, we're going to keep this Bitcoin as a reserve asset, that will be, I think, a big catalyst and narrative to drive the price to 200K. And of course, you're going to have game theory play out with other countries following suit. We saw Russia and other countries start talking about this as well. I think the total crypto market cap, this includes everything, gets to near $9 trillion, possibly $10 trillion. If we look at the Fibonacci here and what it did the previous cycle, you know, could it get to the 4.2 0.36 extension, which will put us at 10 trillion possibly. But as always, let's play conservatively and say 9 trillion. But if things get really heated, which it could be, a lot of stars are aligning here. We could see up to about $10 trillion market cap, which would be incredible. In addition, I believe altcoins are going to follow Bitcoin's move and rally incredibly strong. Huge gains will be made. We've seen historically altcoins outperform Bitcoin, and we got a taste of it in 2024 that blue chip altcoins are surprising people, right? XRP, Cardano, and much more are going to do well. They have already started to move significantly well, melting faces, confusing the haters, right? Because the markets often do the contrarian move of the herd. If all the influencers and all the people are saying, oh, these coins are dead, they're dino coins, they're garbage, right? What do you think the market's going to do? Especially if these coins are still in the top 10 and 15 and 20. They have a lot of visibility. They're getting a lot of developer activity, meme coins, and much more. So we're going to see the blue chips do well, and it's going to surprise a lot of people, as we've already seen some of that already. Now, let's talk altcoin sectors, because within the altcoin market cap, you got the blue chips, and then you have AI coins. At the beginning of 2023, I made a video with my predictions, and I said AI is going to do well. It's going to be a big a narrative. I was spot on that. I don't get everything right, but that was spot on. I invested in Fetch and Render. Those made me a lot of money. I still have Fetch and Render in my portfolio. And I believe the AI narrative is so strong, not just in crypto, but in the stock market, in pop culture, and society. You walk down the street and you ask somebody about AI, they can tell you something about it, right? So that narrative has mass penetration. And I think as people enter in the market, they're going to make big bets on AI because they see it as the future. And I think those AI coins are going to do well. In addition, I think meme coins will continue to do well because just like the AI narrative, it's very strong and people gravitate to memes, right? Memes are a big part of internet culture, pop culture, and you got certain coins that are easy for people to generate and jump into. Now, it's very risky, obviously, but I think meme coins will continue to do well. I think you're going to see Dogecoin and these others rip and make spectacular moves. Now, once again, not financial or investment advice. Do your own research. I personally don't hold any meme coins. I have AI coins. I have the blue chip. But if your risk tolerance is that high and you want to go for meme coins, then that is your decision. That's your prerogative. So just know the risk. So that's what I think, guys. Could there be other sectors that do well, like RWA? Sure, but I don't think they're going to be as explosive as AI and meme coins. I think these two are going to do really well. Some people have been talking about GameFi. I don't know if GameFi is going to do as well. A rising tide lifts all boats, so you can see some of these coins pop off. But I think AI and meme coins are going to be the leaders, kind of like how DeFi summer took place in the last market where you had DeFi altcoins do really well. And I think just like previous cycles, we're going to see these altcoins outperform Bitcoin and do really well. So this is why I'm diversified. I have Bitcoin as the least riskiest asset in the crypto market. It's my digital gold. I'm going to be taking profits on it, but there's some I'm never selling because of the supply and demand economics there and the limited supply. And altcoins, I'm going to be, of course, taking profits on XRP, ADA, Solana, Ethereum, and much more. So I'm excited, guys. This is where I think the majority of the money is going to be made for a lot of people. Now, guys, of course, taking profits, very important. So this is the time to pay attention. This is not the time to take the market lightly and mess around because things can go really fast. We could possibly see the blow off top come by Q2, maybe towards the end of Q2. It's possible. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. Or this thing extends into the fall, right, where you see the blow off top like we've seen traditionally around November, December, and so forth. But there's no guarantee it happens that way because there are different macro factors at play. This cycle has been a bit ahead of schedule. Remember what we saw at the beginning of 2024, the massive buying in the ETFs, right? And we had the buy the rumor, sell the news event on the ETFs and a big cool off before we pumped again. So we were ahead of schedule then. We are a bit ahead of schedule now. So you have to pay attention is the takeaway here. Make sure all your exchange accounts are up to date. KYC, AML, all your bank accounts are done well, all your verification codes, everything is up to par. You don't want to run into problems when it comes time to cash out. I've often told you guys I have accounts with every major exchange. They're fully verified and up to date. I'm talking crypto.com, Kraken, Uphold, Gemini, Coinbase, you name it. I have accounts set up, fully verified, all my I's dotted, all my T's crossed. So if anything happens, I need to move funds from my hardware wallet to these exchanges. If one is down, I can go to the other one and so on and so forth. And of course, guys, like I mentioned earlier, you got to have a cash out plan. What price points are you taking profits at? And remember, no one can call the exact top. I told you guys I'm going to share different data points with you all about if we are in the top zone. So we got to call it a zone because I don't know the exact time and date and all these things at the top. So once we're nearing that, I'm going to say, hey guys, I'm taking profits here, and I'll be straight up with you guys. Now, it's up to you if you want to follow me, but you don't have to. You can do your own research, of course. And I think just as you dollar cost average into the market, cashing out in phases is usually the best way. I've learned because I've gotten burned in the past waiting for a certain price point when I didn't know what I was doing. And then the market corrected, and then I missed out on certain gains. So cashing out at certain price points is important, right? You can do like 20% at this price, another 20% at this price, and so on and so forth. So it all depends on your financial situation, how much money you're looking to walk away with. But remember, the bull market doesn't last forever. There will be a blow off top and a bear market coming. So please heed my warning. We've seen this time and time again. Same thing's going to happen with the stock market, right? You got to look at the macro. This is why I started with the macro, because we've seen this time and time again and how all these things are correlated. And of course, guys, you got to make sure you save some money for 2026 when you got to pay taxes. You all know capital gains taxes, right? I don't know about folks from outside of the United States. I can only speak for the United States, but capital gains, there's long-term and short-term. So make sure you're talking to an accountant or tax advisor, whatever it is. My personal strategy, I am leaving about half of the profits I cash out untouched. Now, some of you may say, dude, that's a bit extreme. I don't want to have problems with the tax man. And half of that money, I've told you guys, I'm ready to go pay off some debt, spread some of it, and then reinvest some of it back in the bear market, the bloody bear market, to grow the pool of capital, of course. So just be prepared. I know I'm not going to use the whole 50% of the money I'm allocating for taxes, but I'm just making sure that I'm not setting myself up for failure and that I'm taking care of my taxes, because you don't want to have problems with the IRS, guys. So that is my plan. These are my predictions, guys. I don't know if you guys agree with it, but I would love to get your thoughts on this and what you think. This year is going to be exciting. I am so bullish, guys. I see 2021, 2017, 2013 playing out again. And that is just an incredible run up, euphoria, incredible money being made. But you got to make sure, guys, that you check your emotions and you're mentally prepared so that you don't get sucked in to the retail FOMO that's going to come and the mainstream media. And you guys, those of you who've been around the block and been here for multiple cycles, you know what I'm talking about. You're going to have to almost stay quiet and start looking at the charts and say, okay, got to take profits, while people are coming in and buying. It's a weird place to be in. And but once you go through a cycle and you do it, then you know what to do, because that is how smart money operates. And be careful with what you see on social media and what people tweet. People tweeting, they can tweet whatever they want. They can say whatever they want, right? But unless they're showing proof, don't believe them. This is where you got to be careful, guys. I'm telling you, I followed people saying, diamond hands and so forth. This was like my first go around and all that. And then when the markets crash, those people disappeared, right? They didn't say anything. They didn't show anything. No one ever shows you their portfolio, how much money they're taking, when they're taking profits. So keep that in mind. You have to stick to your plan, guys. And if you're walking away from this bull market with money, you made profits, that's a win. It may not be the full amount that you're looking for, but if you made money, it's a win. It's a win, guys. You didn't lose money and you're not breaking even. You made money. So, definitely keep these things in mind. So guys, that is what I am thinking. Once again, I'm so bullish. I would love to hear what you guys have to think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. And as I said, guys, I will be sharing different metrics with you as we go into deeper into 2025 and we see what the market is telling us, what the charts are telling us. And I've been sharing it with you guys multiple different metrics and signals, and I will continue to do that on this podcast and in my newsletter. So if you haven't signed up for my newsletter yet, please do. And please check out the sponsor of this video, which is Uphold, a great place where you can buy, sell, trade crypto. They have 300 plus cryptocurrencies. They recently launched a great rewards program where you can earn up to 5.25% on stable coins such as USDC, PYUSD. They will be adding Ripple stablecoin RLUSD this month where you can earn yield on it. And I discussed this with Uphold's CEO recently. So this is a great program that I will be participating in. And some of you, when you're taking profits, may want to put your profits into stable coins. It just depends what's your strategy, right? And then you can put it to earn the yield. So that's an option too. So just think about that. And, once again, everybody's financial situation is different. So do what's best for you guys. So check out Uphold. Link will be in the description. Also, guys, be sure to grab a copy of my book if you haven't already. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital. Buy a few copies for your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. Help them not to get wrecked. Help them to understand what's happening with this industry and this asset class. It includes tips for investing. And remember, knowledge is power. And guys, thank you so much for your support. I want to wish you all a happy, healthy, and prosperous 2025. May you make incredible returns in this bull market and gain some financial freedom, gain some additional money for you to spend or pay off debt or boost up your retirement, right? We're not here to play games. We're here to make money. We're here to make our lives better. And obviously, if we can help those in need as well with money that we've made, try your best to do that because that's important. Giving back is important as well. Guys, thank you. And, I'm going to ramp up my content and try to put out more useful content for you guys in 2025. And of course, we're going to ride this wave and make some nice returns. So thank you guys for watching, listening, and I'll talk to you all later.